So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to lecture number 5 of Geography and Environment portion in this lecture series called Prelims Powerplay 2026. In this lecture series, we will revise the entire syllabus for UPSC Prelims examination. The entire syllabus, okay? It includes static portion as well as current affairs. You don't have to refer to any monthly current affairs magazines or PT 365s, nothing whatsoever. Everything would be covered through this lecture series. But you have to do a few things to really get the benefit of this lecture series, okay? First of all, this lecture series would only require 1 hour of your day. That's it. Provided you are spending that 1 hour from today till your prelims exams. That's it. 1 hour. That would be all. And everything would be revised. But along with this, well, you have to revise this lecture after watching it. Revise it and memorize it from the notes. Then you'll definitely have some doubts. We will enroll you in our WhatsApp groups. So ask your doubts over there. Those WhatsApp groups would be active almost 24/7. And then along with this lecture series, you'll be getting a test series, an exhaustive list of tests. Give those tests on time. Now the lectures would come on YouTube at 9 p.m. But for notes, for WhatsApp groups and for tests, you would have to register on our app or on our website. The link for that registration is given in the comment section below. Okay? And if you find any difficulty in registering, well, there is also a number. Give us a WhatsApp on that number and we will take it forward from there. Okay? So, well, spend this 1 hour. It will be very useful. Join Prelims Powerplay 2026. All right. Enough of the introduction. Let's begin with today's lecture. And our today's topic of discussion is Delhi NCR pollution, geographical reasons, geographical factors. You see, pollution in Delhi NCR region, especially at the onset of winters, is the hottest topic in the news. Okay, everyone discusses about it. And well, right now also, when it comes to Delhi pollution, well, it is dominating the news along with other news items, but Delhi pollution is a serious concern. Now, the thing is that the usual suspects or the usual reasons for Delhi pollution, everyone knows about this. But for UPSC prelims and UPSC mains as well, it is important for you to know why Delhi is so vulnerable to pollution. There are other metropolitan cities which pollute a lot. Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, Chennai. There are other cities as well. Yet, Delhi is the most vulnerable to air pollution. Surely, there are some geographical factors, right? So today we are going to talk about those geographical factors. Clear? It's very important for you to know because chances are that they will ask an MCQ related to this. Okay, so let's talk about this topic. So let's begin. So, Geography and Environment lecture number 5, Delhi NCR pollution geographical factors. Okay, now we all have discussed this, we all have watched this in the news that Delhi NCR means National Capital Region. Okay, this region and the surrounding states of North India, states that surround Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, but the surrounding regions have very poor air quality. Okay. Now we will talk about the geographical factors that enable this poor air quality. But first, let's talk about how air quality in India is measured. Okay. How air pollution in India is measured. You must have seen these things, these numbers in the news, that Delhi air quality has crossed 400 mark, 500 mark, 700, 800, right? So, what are these numbers? How do we measure air pollution in Delhi or the entire country? Okay. So, for that, well, we have National Ambient Air Quality Index. Okay. So, in 2014, Central Pollution Control Board launched National Ambient Air Quality Program. Okay. And under this National Ambient Air Quality, well, we have released National Ambient Air Quality Index. Okay. So remember, this Air Quality Index was launched in 2014. It was developed by Central Pollution Control Board. And this Air Quality Index basically covers 8 pollutants. Okay. Which are these 8 pollutants? Particulate matter 2.5, smaller size particulate matter 10, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, ozone, ammonia and lead. So there are these 8 pollutants that are monitored under National Ambient Air Quality Index. Okay. Now more on NAQI. Okay. So launched in 2014, the AQI is calculated using data from nationwide network of air quality monitoring stations and sensors. Okay. managed by CPCB through National Air Quality Monitoring Program. Okay. Now, under this, what happens is we track these 8 pollutants and we give a particular region a score between 0 to 100. So, NAQI values range from 0 to 100 and are divided into 6 categories. We'll talk about those 6 categories to indicate air quality and health effects. So, every category, good, poor, severe, all these categories have certain health effects attached to them. Okay. NAQI is designed to enable people, especially sensitive groups, to take necessary precautions. So government releases these figures and then people can take precautions. Plus, these figures also help policymakers, government people to plan further, okay? To plan how to tackle this problem. Clear? Now, NAQI, remember this word, phrase. NAQI provides a one number, one color, one description approach. Okay? So remember I told you that the number is between 0 to 500 and is divided into each category, 6 categories. Every category has a color. So one number, one color, one description. Okay. The category looks like this. So if the air quality index is between 0 to 50, it's good. Up to 100, satisfactory, moderate, poor, very poor, severe. Delhi most of the times during winters lies in the severe category. Okay. So every category has a color, okay, and every category is attached to the score on this air quality index. Clear? So remember this air quality program, National Ambient Air Quality Program. Okay, now let's talk about the geographical reasons why Delhi is so vulnerable. Obviously, industrial emissions are there in Mumbai also. Vehicular emissions are there in Mumbai also. Yet Mumbai is not that bad when it comes to air quality than Delhi. Okay, it's not as bad as Delhi. So surely Delhi has certain geographical realities which make it more vulnerable to air pollution. Okay, so let's talk about those reasons. So Delhi NCR's air pollution. So factors contributing. So all the reasons behind Delhi's air pollution can be divided into 3 categories. Location-based factors, meteorological factors, weather, climate-based factors, and anthropogenic. Anthropogenic means human-based, human-caused. Anthropogenic and other factors. Okay. So all the reasons for Delhi air pollution can be divided into 3 categories. We'll take a look at each and every category one by one. First, let's talk about location-based factors. Okay. Location of Delhi NCR region is vulnerable to more air pollution. Now, what are these reasons? Reason number 1. Delhi's topography is basin shaped. It lies in a basin because on the northward side there is Himalayas and on the southern side there is Aravallis. Okay, which trap this region. So the air is trapped in this region. It neither moves northwards nor it moves southwards. Plus, during winter months, air is also not blowing. Wind is also not blowing that hard. So the air gets trapped because of its basin shape of this entire region, Delhi and northern plains, trapped between lofty Himalayas and not so lofty yet a significant barrier, Aravallis. So the surrounding higher terrain of Himalayas to the north and Aravallis to the southwest creates a semi-closed basin, bowl-shaped effect, which traps the air. Okay. During winter, this topography combined with low wind speeds and temperature inversions traps pollutants in the lower atmosphere. Okay. Pollutants are trapped, air quality is worsened. We'll talk about temperature inversion. Okay. We'll talk about all these factors. So this is factor number 1. Factor number 2, landlocked location. You know, in just a few minutes back, I told you that pollution sources are there in Mumbai also, Kolkata also, Chennai also. All of them are metropolitan cities. Yet, Delhi is more vulnerable to air pollution because the other 3 metropolitan cities are coastal cities. And coastal cities have an advantage. Well, because of their proximity to sea, well, they are impacted by land and sea breeze. During the day when land is more warm than the sea, then land breeze, okay, sea breeze blows. And during night, land breeze blows, okay. So because there is movement of wind, this disperses pollutants. But that is not the luxury that is there with Delhi. Coastal cities do have this luxury because the wind constantly blows during the day, during the night. It just reverses its direction. But that is not the case in Delhi. So the region is far from sea, so it does not benefit from strong coastal winds that might otherwise disperse pollutants. Okay. Instead, prevailing winds are slow or stagnant during winter. So this is another location-based reason. Then, Delhi is very close to pollution sources. Of course, Mumbai also has industrial emissions, vehicular emissions. That is there with Delhi also. But Delhi has one more pollution source. Delhi is surrounded by agricultural fields of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, right? And another problem is that during winter months, well, there is this issue of stubble burning in these areas. That is not the case in Maharashtra or Bengal or Tamil Nadu. Okay, because of this stubble burning, especially during October-November time period, okay, Delhi has an added pollution source. NCR is surrounded by agricultural lands where seasonal stubble burning occurs, plus urban areas, or it's not just the farmers who are contributing to air pollution. Urban areas contribute to emissions from traffic, industries, and construction dust. So this is there. So these are location-based factors. Now let's talk about weather-based, climate-based, meteorological factors. Okay. So remember, Delhi's air quality worsens during the winter months or at the onset of winter months. Okay, at the onset of winters. Now, what's so special about winters? What is happening during winters in these northern plains that make it more vulnerable, make these areas more vulnerable to air pollution? Okay, so problem number one, temperature inversion. Okay, during summer months, well, the thing is that the land is extremely hot. Okay, and as you rise upwards, temperature comes down. Okay, as you increase your height, temperature comes down. This is the normal process that is there in summer months. So the air tends to rise upwards. Okay, colder air is at the top, warm air at the bottom. Warm air at the bottom rises upwards. But during severe winters, land is extremely cold. Okay, now it has surrounding cooler air. On top of that cooler air, there is a layer of warm air. Okay. Now, cold air does not have the tendency of going upwards. It will descend. This cold air is trapped by this warm air, which doesn't allow this cold air to rise up. Now, in this cold air are trapped certain pollutants. During the summer months, those pollutants got dispersed because warm air rose up. But that is not the case in winters. So normally warm air rises and carries pollutants away, but in winters, cold surface air gets trapped beneath a warm layer above, creating an atmospheric lid. Okay, that keeps pollutants close to the ground and we suffer as a result. Okay, so this is reason number one. Then reason number two, reduced mixing height. It is also related to temperature inversion. Okay, what is mixing height? First of all, you need to know about mixing height. What is this term? This is the altitude up to which pollutants can disperse in the lower atmosphere. You see, pollutants are there in the lower atmosphere. Okay. During summer months, since warm air rises up, these pollutants reach the top. Okay. This height is known as mixing height. But during winter months, this height is very low. Okay. So pollutants are trapped in the lower atmosphere. They are not dispersed upwards. So in summers, the pollutants can reach far upwards, but not during winter months. And we are not living far upwards. We are living on the ground. That is why it is a problem for us. So reduced mixing height. Mixing height is the altitude up to which pollutants can disperse in the lower atmosphere. It shrinks over a kilometer in the summer to few hundred meters in winters. In summer months, it is well up to a kilometer. In winter months, it's just a few meters, few hundred meters. So this is a problem. Pollutants get trapped in the lower layer of the atmosphere where we breathe air. Okay. Then the other problem is anticyclonic conditions. Now, you need to know the difference between cyclonic and anticyclonic conditions. During summer months, well, summers are extreme in the northern plains. Okay. Because of that, a low pressure develops over here. Why is there a low pressure? Because this warm air rises upwards, carries some water vapor, forms clouds. Clear? Simple. So there is a low pressure at the on the ground. But during winter months, well, air descends downwards. Okay, so this condition is known as cyclonic, this is known as anticyclonic. At the onset of winters, anticyclonic conditions develop over Delhi and the northern plains. Now, these anticyclonic conditions means that the air is descending from upwards to the lower altitudes. Okay, air is descending down. Okay, so anticyclonic conditions in Delhi primarily develop during winter months, typically from mid-November to February, peaking at December-January. Now, what happens in anticyclonic conditions, during anticyclonic conditions? Well, this leads to clear skies, calm winds. Winds are not blowing that fast. Okay, so pollutants are not getting dispersed. Plus, there is fog. And because there is fog, the smoke mixes with the fog and causes smog, which is there in Delhi. Okay, mist in the mornings and minimal rainfall. Because rainfall happens during cyclonic conditions. Okay, because clouds are forming. Anticyclonic conditions have clear skies. Even rainfall can reduce pollution. But this doesn't happen because rainfall is rare during winter months. As the high pressure suppresses cloud formation and precipitation, so the air pollutants get trapped. Simple, okay? And last, high humidity because of the previous season of monsoons and fog. What happens is that this high humidity increases water vapor in the air. Now, this water vapor condenses, and to condense, it finds small particles suspended in the air, which is smoke, dust, particulate matter 2.5, particulate matter 10. These small suspended particles provide the region for this water vapor to condense. So water droplets or water vapor, well, condense on these dust particles, and there you see smog. Smog is fog plus smoke. Okay, these conditions are there in winter months. So moist winter air condenses around the particulate matter, forming thick smog and haze that worsens air quality. Okay, so this is the reason. Now these are natural reasons. Now let's talk about some artificial reasons caused by us, our lifestyle. Okay, so let's talk about anthropogenic and other factors. So number one is very important for us to understand, is known as urban surface roughness. Remember this thing. Well, already wind speed is very low. Okay, wind speed is very low, but still it has some speed. That speed is also disrupted by the cities, because cities have tall buildings and all these things. These cities, these tall buildings, all these things provide ground friction. So when air is running parallel to the ground, it gets disrupted by these tall buildings, right? So the earth, the ground provides friction to the air, reducing its speed. So it further slows down the speed. The urban infrastructure of Delhi further slows down the speed of the wind. Because of that, well, wind speed is further slowed. Dispersion of pollutants is further slowed down. Yes? So urban surface roughness is measure of how the physical structure of the city, such as buildings and trees, affects wind flow. It influences local microclimates, air pollution, dispersion, and urban heat island effect. We'll talk about urban heat island effect in some other lecture, okay? Just remember, urban surface roughness is one of the man-made reasons because of which Delhi NCR region experiences, well, pollution, okay? Plus, there are other man-made reasons, okay? Urban surface roughness is one such reason. Other man-made reasons are, well, number one, let me change the color, vehicular emissions, okay? Particulate matter 2.5, nitrous oxides, carbon monoxide. Then the other is road and construction dust, industrial emissions, biomass and waste burning. This includes stubble burning, diesel generators, power plants, domestic fuel use, okay? Domestic fuel, wood and all these things, you must have seen this during winters also, that in the streets of Delhi, well, there are so many people, so many poor people who cannot afford heating arrangements, well, they burn firewood, okay? This also releases a lot of particulate matter. So these are some of the man-made reasons. Okay, simple, yes? So yeah, that's about it. Now, these are the geographical reasons why Delhi is more vulnerable to pollution than other mega cities. Okay. Now, there are certain government steps that the government has taken. There are certain policy measures, certain programs that government has launched to reduce Delhi's air pollution, to improve Delhi's air quality. Now, those government steps are mentioned in your notes, plus a special paragraph on way forward. What should we do more is also given in your notes. So do check that out, and MCQ can be asked from there as well. All right. And with that, we conclude today's lecture. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it is adding value to your preparation. I'm sure about it. Provided you are consistent and you follow these 4 golden steps. You watch the lecture, you memorize it from the notes, you ask your doubts on time, and you give the tests on time. Okay, the test series that is given to you, you give each and every test on time. If these 4 steps, these 4 golden steps are being performed by you, well, you'll definitely clear your prelims exam if you're consistent till the end. Okay, so in the hope that you'll do that, well, I shall take your leave and we'll see you next time with another topic in this lecture series called Prelims Powerplay 2026. Thank you, everyone.